How's it going, Revtune? This is Muzza. And today, the Skyline's been running a bit rough. So I wanted to buy an airflow meter, but they're getting a bit hard to find now. So I was looking for a Series 1 green label. So I thought, hell, might as well try to rebuild this one I got. And if it doesn't work, got nothing to lose. I need an airflow meter anyway. So I'm going to show you guys how to pull apart an airflow meter. This is the first airflow meter I've ever tried to pull apart. Some cars like Rexys and that, they're easy to get to and you can just spray contact cleaner on them. But the Skyline one, as you're going to see in a moment, it's got two mesh gauges. So come along and I'll show you how Uncle Muzza has a go at fixing an airflow meter, and the results will surprise you. Okay, so you got to pull your airflow meter out of the airbox on the Skyline. So you get under the snorkel, undo the lid, then you undo the bottom hose, go into the turbo and take the bottom airbox out, and then you split the airflow meter off the airbox. So I'll show you. So this is a Skyline airflow meter. Series 1s usually run a green airflow meter and the Series 2s run a purple sticker one. Alright guys, so I'm going to attempt to fix this airflow meter. I don't know if it's going to work. I've never done one before, but I just quickly reassembled it just to show you guys how to pull one apart. Because this is the first time I've ever pulled an airflow meter apart, and I didn't Google it or YouTube it. I sort of just winged it myself, but I'm going to do this and then we're going to test it to see if it works. If not, I'll put another airflow meter on, but there's no hurt trying. And I've never done this before. I've owned Skylines for years and I've never tried to repair an airflow meter, so I've got nothing to lose. So I thought I'd show you guys and then we'll go from here. So you got 4 screws here, and this shows you the difference. But this is a Series 1 airflow meter, which has 5 pins, but on the airflow meter connector only 4 are used. And on the Series 2, I'm pretty sure they've got less pins, like a 4-pin connector or 3-pin. But that's the difference. So the green airflow meters are Series 1s, and same as RB20, have a 5-pin connector, but the Series 2 has a smaller connector. So if you want to know the difference, that's how you tell. Now you can't get this bit out that I found already unless you pull the top cap off. So if you try to reef this out, see it's got soldered joints for the connector. So you have to gain access to the top first. So what you do, these are like Sigaflexed in. So you get a razor blade and you cut around the seal here, and then you dig it out like so, and it's just a black cover. Then inside here you got this protected shield cover. So I recommend use a soldering iron. I used a blowtorch. That's how I solder. You heat it up here, and then this plate, protected plate cover, comes off, and then you got access to the airflow meter circuit board. There's 3 screws inside here. So you undo the 1, 2, 3 screws. But before you can get this out, when you've got this in, you have to heat up the circuit here and disconnect the actual connector. So once you heat up inside there, you can remove the connector like so, like that. And then what you do, you undo the 3 screws and then you wiggle it and you pull it out. The whole circuit board comes out with the airflow meter sensor. And this one here, so basically what it was doing, it was cutting out and also dead at times, but it's really contaminated, as you can see there. And if you look at the airflow meter read inside, it's all clogged up. So these are hard to clean airflow meters on these cars because they've got the mesh shield. And what I used to do, I find you can tear this shield out, the protected shield out, but it does affect the airflow meter reading, I've found. So I used to think taking these shields out would like high flow the airflow meter, like it's got less resistance, but it does affect it. So I find when you punch this out, the airflow meter doesn't work as good. So it's better to leave this mesh shielding in that I've found over the years. Maybe someone knows more reason why. I'm guessing something to do with it. It's probably designed for the airflow as well to I don't know, make the air go in a certain way or something. So the circuit board looks good, what I can see in here. I can't see any burn marks or anything like that. But I did find that, yeah, this is all dirty, real bad, the airflow meter. And the connection on this pin here was pretty weak. So it might have had poor solder joints. So I'm going to attempt to clean the airflow meter reader. I'm going to resolder it and put it back in the car, and we'll see if it works or made a difference. To clean the airflow meter, I used electrical contact cleaner. So when I had the circuit board out, I just sprayed. I didn't touch it with my fingers, I just sprayed it. Just kept spraying it and then blowing it dry, spraying it, blowing it dry. And yeah, I don't recommend using anything but electrical contact cleaner to clean an airflow meter. I think Carby Clean, people say you can use brake clean, but I think it'd be too corrosive. So that's all I recommend to use is contact cleaner. So I've cleaned it, I've refitted the circuit board with the sensor, I've put the plug back in. Now I've just got to resolder the circuit board back to the connector, and then I can refit the heat shield, and then we'll test it. Okay, so I used a gasless soldering iron. So I've resoldered the joints. Now what I'm going to do, just to make sure I've got a good connection, before I put the cap back on and all that, I'm going to use my multimeter and check the pin to the circuit board and make sure I've got a good connection. Okay, once that's done, I checked the resistance, which is all good now. So I got no resistance across the 4 pins. I've soldered the shield back on. Now I just got to put the black cap on, then we'll put it on the car and see how we go. So apparently when you clean the airflow meter, they recommend reset the ECU. So what I've done, I disconnected the battery for 5 minutes. I usually hold my foot on the brake and put the headlights on just to depower the system. I've reconnected it, just see how we go. I've just left the airbox off while I test it. Seems to be idling all right. Sounds good. Seems to idle smoother too. So it just goes to show you can repair your airflow meters or clean them on a Skyline. So I just got to reseal the back cap. I just slapped it back on, but I'll just put on a Slastic around there just to make it waterproof. But yeah, it runs smoother now. Seems to rev cleaner. I had a bit of a hesitation when I was revving, but you saw that airflow meter was pretty contaminated, which is common on 33s and Skylines because they breathe oil back into the intake. And usually when you back off and the blow valve does sneeze, you get a bit of back pressure for the turbo. So it causes it to spit back to the intake. So that's why the airflow meters I normally find get contaminated. So that's it, Revtune. So that's how I pulled apart a Skyline airflow meter. Repaired, cleaned it, put it back together. And so far so good, it's working all right. There's drive-away warranty with that one. So basically, as soon as you exit the driveway, there goes your warranty. But give it a go, guys. Like if your airflow meter's not working, have a go. If it breaks it or doesn't work, you got to get another airflow meter anyway, so you got nothing to lose really. Stay tuned, Revtune. See you next time.